What is up, everyone? Welcome into the XS Show, coming to you from our humble, dorky basement abode.
The Nerd Cave.
The Nerd Cave. As always, I am your host, Jordan, joined by my best friends on the red couch here, starting at the far end.
B-Rad.
G-Rip.
And Jeff.
E-Rip. That's new. I
Yeah,
like
like,
it.
you know, like a karate gi getting ripped because my fucking throws are so nasty. Judo throws.
We did
Uh,
have a little fighter contest, and I don't think you
no,
lost.
that wasn't a contest. That was mass slaughter
Yeah.
at the hands of Grip
Brad bested me.
And Gunther.
and Gunter.
Gunther.
Gunter and Muzafar.
Muzafar.
No T.
Obscurity of Neo Geo
The
characters.
entire audience is like, the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah.
We'll tell you in just a sec. So today we're going to talk a lot about some fighting games that are upcoming and a little bit about some things that we haven't heard about in a little while. Maybe get a little speculation in there. And then we have a request from you at the end. So let's just get started. Grip, I know you're real anxious to talk about some fighting games.
True indeed.
You and I talked about this earlier in the week a little bit about the new Guilty Gear Xrd2 demo.
Uh-huh.
And there's a little bit of a weird situation going on with that. Care to elaborate?
So one of my friends on PlayStation Network, in a rare moment of functionality out of like the what's new, what's basically the activity feed on your front page. One of somebody that I don't even know in personal life, they just were a friend on PlayStation Network, had a notification they had downloaded the demo. I was like, oh shit, I didn't know that was even a thing. So I went ahead and downloaded the demo for Guilty Gear Xrd2. And it's slick. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm not trying to bash Axis and art.
No.
But the only thing about it is there's only 2 new characters. The rest of the game seems pretty identical. So it's like, okay, they came out with a whole new game like just a few months after the first one dropped for 2 new characters. I'm not mad, because especially the demo being out there and available till the game comes out.
But it seems like maybe it would have made more sense as DLC
Absolutely.
instead of a whole new game, you think?
Yeah, I mean, and it is a very Japanese title, so it may have been out for months
Right.
overseas before it came out here, was localized, but it just seemed to me like it was a little bit,
Cash grabby.
a little bit Street Fighter-esque. And I mean, I'm a big Street Fighter fan and Capcom and everything, but they have been known to milk the cow to dry desert boneness.
And they really did that with Street Fighter V, but this time it kind of worked in their favor, because the competitive scene was really not there at first with Street Fighter V, but then they put in all the DLC, the story mode, and it sort of brought it back from like some pretty dismal sales, if I remember correctly. Kind of saved its ass on that. So, but I don't ever think that as the Guilty Gear franchise had a problem selling. I mean, you would think like the hardcore fans will probably snatch it up no matter what, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the games are so quality. Like, I would put Guilty Gear Xrd and 2 like way above Street Fighter 5 in terms of like
it's
their
pretty,
gameplay
man.
and polish and stylistics. I mean,
It's like
the story
an
mode,
anime that you control. It's
Absolutely.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
I
So-
had one for the Xbox One for a little while. I can't remember which one it was. I think I had.
Actually, you're thinking Blaze Blue, I think. Blaze Blue is out for Xbox One.
Oh, maybe that was it. See, I get them all mixed up.
Well, it's
Blaze
the
Blue's
same,
fun,
same
too.
company.
Same company. I was gonna say the Axis games are just like,
Yeah.
they look the same. So, are you stoked on it after playing the demo?
I am. And, it was a pleasant surprise because it comes out the exact same day as Ultra Street Fighter, the new Challengers, or Final Challengers, but with the new Challengers.
So you got a dilemma, got a choice to make.
No, I mean, I do, but I don't, because I really have yet to, get into the meat of the first Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love the biking. Everyone's been, really clamoring for that new character, and she's really cool in the game, but I'm just going to have to play the demo and,
Yeah.
maybe wait for it to go on sale, I think.
Okay. Grips, if you haven't ever listened to the podcast before, maybe you're new to the show. Grip is sort of our resident fighter expert. Him and B-Rad got a lot of time in with some fighters. Jeff and I not so much, but we do like to play, even though we get our shit kicked in.
Often.
So we go to Grip for all the fighting game stuff. I know you're super hyped for Final Challengers on Switch.
Yes, indeed. And it's coming out this Friday, I think.
Yeah, it's coming quick.
Yep.
I already got it reserved.
That's what she
And
said. And you're thinking it.
I'm a big fan of the HD remakes that came out years ago on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they brought the old school original graphics, the choice between that and the HD remaster, and the 2 new characters. That's always cool. Plus the buddy mode where you're fighting 2-on-1.
Right.
Violent Ken.
Yeah.
Violent Ken.
Oh yeah, Violent Ken is the man. I know you're.
That's
your
Brad's
boy.
dude.
That's my boy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that'll be a staple around the office for a few weeks once that, because I think we're probably gonna get it anyway, even though.
And my only concern is the lack of an arcade stick, because when it comes to Street Fighter, I'm a purist. I like having an actual stick, not just a controller.
Well, I told you. Now we've got the PC at the office upgraded. You can bring your fight stick over. We can get PC versions of some of this stuff, and you can play it.
True,
So
I guess, yeah.
just let us know.
But on the fighting game note, I did happen to download a couple of the Neo Geo Classics that they got on the eShop.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what the hell we were talking about at the open, we were playing Galaxy Fight before we started filming this. Really weird, kind of throwback 4-button fighter, typical Neo Geo quarter circle motion type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Controls really wonky, and the standard difficulty is beast, like from the get go.
No joke.
Yeah, we were just kind of doing some verses just to start, and Grip was wrecking shop, so we were like, oh, let's try some story mode, and that didn't go well. I don't think anybody made it past the first guy, did they?
No,
The first
Yeah.
girl.
Oh yeah.
The bunny girl.
Oh yeah, you got wrecked by
Got
the
wrecked.
bunny girl.
I reduced the difficulty down to 1 and still got owned.
that didn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Still like ridiculous.
Those
combos
Neo
being
Geo
done.
games, man, they're unforgiving as shit. I mean, even Samurai Showdown is pretty difficult.
Right.
Maybe not as difficult as Galaxy Fight, but it's tough.
No.
Third fighter, I always get destroyed on Samurai
On
Showdown.
Samurai Showdown.
I remember making it to at least like Hanzo, and then getting wrecked.
On Samurai Showdown,
yeah.
yeah.
Get like 4 fighters in.
Yeah, there's 2 of them out now on Switch. It's 1 and I think 4.
4.
So if you're into the Samurai Showdown games, you can get those and be a badass ninja or samurai,
Yosh.
whatever you want to be.
You put in the...
Yeah. So let's stick in the fighting game genre, but let's maybe shift it up a little bit. Nintendo has a new... I kind of hesitate to call it a fighter, but that's really what it is, coming here in the next couple weeks, called ARMS. They have put the Global Test Punch available for free download on the Switch, so you can download it, you can play for free this weekend, and I think next weekend?
Starting the 21st.
Yeah, so Memorial Day weekend, why not fire up some ARMS, get some practice in. They've had a couple directs here for it lately, announced a couple more characters. You want to kind of fill us in on some of the...
We talked about a character called Bark and Bite, and it's
the dogs, right?
it's a humanoid robot with a little dog
Okay.
assistant, and he is autonomous, runs around and does whatever, and
Oh.
you fight like normal. So each character has its own little thing, and this is his. Different characters can, like, the Ninjara character.
Cheesing over
It's
there.
so Nintendo.
The Ninjara character can block and teleport at any point, even during a block.
Mhm.
He can teleport. So this character, his thing, instead of being able to teleport or anything, he's got a little dog roving around at all points.
Because why
So,
not?
yeah, why not? And then
But in an effort to bolster the ranks of Nintendo with more booty,
yeah, there's a new character.
it's ridiculous.
Who is kind of, a lot of people are gushing over her. It's
That's poor choice of words.
Yeah.
Not that
Twintella. She's basically like a rock star, pop star kind of chick, and she wanted to get in a fighting scene, so she actually
She thick.
uses her braids, and she's got twisted braids, and she ends up fighting with those, and that's what everybody is.
There's a really
Excited over?
funny meme making the rounds right now. It's somebody help me out with the current Nintendo president's name.
I think it's Ayanuma or
Yeah,
something like that.
so the first panel is a picture of him, and it says Ayanuma's plan to save Nintendo, and then the bottom 2 pictures, the first one is of Zelda's butt from
Breath of the Wild.
Why did I almost say Land Before Time?
Nice.
So it's that, and
Love
then
it.
it's the booty of
Twintella.
Twintella. So,
Twintella.
So this is actually a diverse fighter, different from a lot of fighters because it has
Yeah.
modes like a volleyball mode where you
Yeah.
can actually
I
play
mean,
volleyball
Brad's
with
right.
their punching modes.
Brad's right. It's it's a
It is.
super
I dig it.
Nintendo-y thing.
It's probably
Right.
really fun with the group.
Well, see that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's going to be where the trick of it. Because I was uber skeptical at launch. I was like,
Yeah.
that looks straight stupid. But like the more they talk about it and show off some more characters, I'm like, that might be a pretty cool little couch game.
So they showed off characters. What's the gameplay like?
So it's like third-person view.
It's like a long range boxing game.
boxing. It's
You can get up close
That's
and
why-
personal too. And then the thing that I thought was really cool is the 2-on-2, being able to do a fighter where it's actually 2-on-2 in a 3D space.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really cool.
I was intrigued at first until the thought occurred to me: why isn't it a new Punch Out?
Oh yeah.
You
I
know,
really
I
would
think
like
they
to
kind
see-
of tried to revive that on the Wii U, which was granted a poor console to try to bring it back on.
The Wii.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Wii and the Wii U, because they had the one you could get from the eShop with your Nintendo coins
Right.
that I don't
Oh,
think
was
did
that Super
super
Punch
well.
Out?
Punch Out featuring
Punch
Mr.
Out
Dream.
featuring Mr. Dream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was by all accounts a really good game, but I just think it went to too small of a market, and from whatever feedback Nintendo got back, they were like, we'll kind of scrap it.
Yeah,
But
this one.
I mean, we'll see what happens. E3's coming. We still have a month, so
This one, instead of going the way of Punch Out, they've given you an ability to choose different characters and choose different gloves so that the gameplay is varied.
I think with the Switch, Nintendo's trying to do a lot of different stuff, even when they do classic characters, because just look at Breath of the Wild. It's
Yeah.
a totally
Radically
different type of Zelda.
Yeah.
This Mario game that's coming up looks like a totally different type of Mario. And
Mhm.
yeah, it's going to be Mario in a 3D space, but I have a feeling there's something they're not telling us about it just because we've seen so little.
Right.
And you know what? I didn't put it on the show notes for today, but since we're talking E3 and Nintendo, I do want to get into this a little bit. Been seeing some pretty interesting rumors about Metroid resurfacing on the Switch. I don't think we covered this last show, but I have my fingers crossed because rumor is that there's two. A 2D one coming to possibly the 3DS, and then a full-on Metroid Prime 4. There's a really interesting tweet going around where somebody tweeted, is it WayForward Studio that works
Retro
on it?
Studios?
Retro Studios, yeah. Somebody tweeted Retro and said, hey, what are you guys working on for E3? And they tweeted back, oh, nothing much, with a picture of a plate of prime ribs. So it's like, they're getting a little cheeky with it. And I think they didn't want to outright deny anything, and so I don't know. We'll see what happens. E3 is still a month away, but I've got some pretty high hopes on it.
Nice.
Zelda's been Metroid has been the one thing that's really been missing from the last console cycle, I think. 'Cause we got what Other M was on Wii,
The first Wii. Yeah.
but it was I did not care for it. I was like, ugh, I don't know. I didn't like it. You had it, didn't you?
I do have it.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Trying to put too much story into a game that doesn't need it. Metroid's always been a game that's been about the gameplay, where you kind of fill in the story on your own, I've thought.
Eh,
So
I like storytelling, so I'd probably.
I do
be
too,
like,
but I like how Metroid Prime did it, where you still did all the discovery on your own. It wasn't straight out narrated to you by really badly written characters.
Okay.
So I prefer a mix, I guess is what I'm saying, of narrative, but it's got to be through exploration. I don't like it when it's just, here's the story on a plate.
Well, I always thought that was kind of a cop out, and it's just me. I never played Metroid since NES, so and it's just like, I take that back on the one on what was that 64, the three not 64
There
Prime?
was no Metroid on
Prime.
64.
Yeah.
Metroid Prime. That's what he's
Yeah,
thinking.
Prime was on.
where they're just like, you're a bounty hunter, go kill shit. Like, I was just like,
there's
what the hell?
there's a really good story for Metroid Prime. Jeff has it. You should play it. It's worth a playthrough.
Unlike Federation Force.
God, let's not even
that.
get the evil eye.
Angry.
Getting the evil eye. All right, so June is coming. We'll see what happens then. Let's shift gears here a little bit. Brad, you got some burning questions
I
regarding
do.
E3, so I guess we're kind of staying in the same lane a little.
So I caught the trailer for Death Stranding,
I think we all did.
and
Then
then
we all went.
they released a longer one, a longer cut where they introduced Mads Mikkelsen, and it's just fucking crazy. So you got Mads Mikkelsen with like zombie soldiers umbilical corded
But
to
like,
his
you don't even know. It's
body.
just like this bizarre fucking like art house
Yeah,
deal.
and you got, I mean,
Like, okay, here was my face at the end of that. I went, the fuck?
do what now?
Yeah, like,
And then you got Guillermo del Toro waddling his ass around.
right.
Which, I mean, tons of respect for the man, but he doesn't CGI very well. And so,
I
I don't know. It looked cool, like when Mads did the whole
right.
thing and sent the soldiers off and the handprints and all that. But I'm just like, I need something to tell me what the fuck is going on.
And you're not gonna get it because it's Kojima, man.
Yeah, and so I'm iffy on Kojima games because I either really love it or I extremely hate it.
I don't think you're alone in that boat. Like, even the Metal Gear series is divisive among a lot of people.
Yeah.
I love the first one, utterly hated the second one, really liked the third one, couldn't really get into 4. And that's about when I stopped, even though everybody was like, it's the most recent one that came out that everybody,
Phantom Pain.
Phantom
yeah,
Pain.
everybody swears up and down is the shit.
It is.
But I was, at that point, I'm like, I don't care.
And so what was the free game they gave out on PS
Ground
Network?
Zeroes.
I played Ground Zeroes and I was not impressed.
No, I didn't care for Ground Zeroes either. But once I played through Phantom Pain and I saw how they were tied together, it makes me want to go back and play Ground Zeroes
Yeah.
actually. But
It's good to say is that generation's version of the VR missions for
basically,
Kinda.
this one.
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think I need a little bit more storytelling or backstory or viral marketing, whatever the
I
hell
have a
they
feeling
wanna
you'll
do.
get it here coming up at E3, so
Yeah. But
be patient, Grasshopper.
I know it's not my strongest characters. You know.
We're gamers. We're not good at patience. It's okay.
The other thing with that in mind is, I don't even know if it's gonna be a shooter, but I'm getting back into like the need for a good zombie shooter where I feel threatened. Like I initially was very excited for the the official Dead Island 2 trailer. But then you see the guy running with the iPod and he's like, yeah, check me out. And it's just there's too much lividity, you know, like it's too up on itself. It's not scary anymore. Zombies are supposed to be scary.
Right.
And we talked about this earlier about I pop in Resident Evil 2 in the dark when it first came out. I was scared shitless. I didn't want to play. I played it for like 15 minutes. Or like going back to PT, the first time I played PT. I could only play PT for like
Right.
15
Not
minutes.
zombies though, but I
No.
get what you mean about like
I'm
the atmosphere.
ready for some fucking
What about Left 4 Dead? That was a damn good zombie
That was
series.
good.
But it wasn't scary. It was tense.
I think some
Some
of the
of it
character
was
designs did invoke some fear.
Like when you heard the freaking witch crying and you didn't see her but you knew she was around.
It never
I was
scared me, man.
I was scared. I'm like,
It never spooked me. That game was too arcadey to spook me. Like, running that fast with fucking infinite ammo pistols was like, if I die, I'll come back and have a different plan. Because it's not survival. And I think that's what makes those games scary, is that you have a lot to lose.
yeah. And so I know you're all saying there's Resident Evil 7,
But even Resident Evil 7, that's not zombies.
not zombies.
Scary, yeah.
Yeah.
Zombies, no.
So I want a good
Wasn't that the
zombie
one
game.
where you are a zombie? Practically.
Well, you're infected, but
Right.
they don't tell you what it is. And I think they'll probably elaborate on that more in the now delayed Chris Redfield DLC.
I got the mold.
Yeah.
Here's
It's a little bleach. Oh, better.
here's my question, and pardon the pun, but do you feel that zombie games have legs? I
I
mean,
don't. I am
right.
firmly in
Yeah,
that
you were
camp.
saying-
We talked about this before we hit record. I think the zombie fad is on its way out. Like the Walking Dead viewership is way down. Fear the Walking Dead's not doing that great. You're seeing fewer and fewer games that are zombie related.
Yeah.
Shit, even Resident Evil, the progenitor of this zombie survival game for this one, said, maybe let's not do zombies. And I think they're onto something. I mean, I could be dead wrong.
Yeah. And I guess I'm
It's
just
happened before.
a purist. Because you
I get what you're saying. Like, you want that feeling back.
Yeah.
Like when a good zombie game on a Saturday night and a box of pizza scared the living shit out of you and
Yeah.
was a good solid 4 hours.
Grip had an idea with what should be the next, because you have like the pirates, and then you had vampires, then you had zombies.
Mummies.
What did you describe them as?
They're ninja zombies.
They
And
really
they have
are.
a much more interesting backstory because, like, Egyptian
It's grounded
mythology
in history.
And we have the Mummy coming out for with
yeah.
Tom Cruise?
Not
Tom
that
Cruise,
hyped
yeah.
I actually think werewolves too.
I'd almost say Tom Hanks.
with Tom Hanks.
I'd pay to see that.
Wilson.
I'd pay to see that.
Wilson the zombie
Yeah.
or the mummy. Either way, you choose. So speaking of zombie games, one of the ones that cropped up in conversation was Days Gone. We were kind of talking about, again, not really a whole lot of news on that front.
And so yeah, I was watching the extended trailer. I'm like, what can they do to make it different? So with previous games, it was like you could get a lot of zombies on screen, but they're all the shufflers,
Right.
shuffle zombies. On this one, it was crazy. It was like up to 200-300 zombies on screen, and they're like freaking 28 days later.
Mhm.
And I thought that was awesome, but then I'm like, is that the only thing it
Right,
has?
right.
So, I don't know. I
Hopefully
think
the story will get you.
the one redeeming
Story's
factor
gonna get
that I
you.
have, and I think people are going to say it's not a zombie game, is The Last of Us.
Because it's not.
Fuck you.
It's not.
Shut up.
I consider that to be a zombie game.
I think it's a zombie game.
They are reanimated corpses that have been taken over by an actual, like, existing mold
Yeah.
parasite.
Well, no. Because you could say
It's
the
not as
same.
extreme.
You
but
could say the same thing about.
Okay, so maybe
Resident
maybe
Evil
we have
7.
to meet in the middle there. So maybe it's not a traditional
there you go.
Yeah.
zombie game.
Zombie versus.
I guess
infected.
I could side with
I
that.
don't know.
It's more
Like,
of a mutation thing than zombies, I guess. I don't
right,
know.
it's the same thing Resident Evil 7's got going for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So they're like, we got to make it something that can bring the
What
corpse
if-
back to life.
what if
without
there was a
being like,
game-
"Buh,
What if there was a
brains."
game where they gave zombies like special powers, like the X-Men had got zombified, like fire-breathing zombies and laser?
They kind of did that with
Flying
Left 4
I was
Dead.
gonna say
zombies.
Left 4 Dead kind of did that a little bit. You
Yeah,
had
the
the,
boomers and the
classes.
hunters.
See,
the boomer and the smoker, the
Like,
witch.
but like you were saying with mummies have that mystical kind of thing to them, so they could incorporate that kind of stuff if they went that direction.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make some kind of mummy game.
Maybe we should stop talking about this on
Shut
camera.
up! Don't you do it, internet! Don't you do it? We're
Shut
looking
it.
at you.
Anyway, hey, cover your mic. Man.
So I don't know. I know we're all think we've all got different opinions
That's
on it,
what I'm
which is
saying.
fine. That's
I'm the old guy now that's like, back in my day, the zombies shuffled.
see, but that's the thing though. Is like I'm with you on it. I just think we arrived at different places.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I've just worked in too many retail type situations where I've watched all these fads like come in full force and then just die.
You just
out.
sit there like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was working at a Borders Books, rest in peace, back in 08, 07, 08 when the whole vampire thing was
Yeah.
going gung ho, and we were getting cases, like literal cases of like Twilight and shit like that. Like we couldn't.
Sparkly vampires.
We were building pyramids of that book, and they were selling down. And then over time, like any kind of pop culture fad, it just kind of it goes away.
Yeah.
It'll probably come back.
And it'll resurge later.
It'll take
Yeah.
it'll take that one like really well done movie, book, or game to sort of
'Cause-
reignite public interest in it.
And I think like the catalyst of it. Remember what was it? Dawn of the Dead, the
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
remake
Yeah,
with
that was.
Ving Rhames and all that.
Yep.
That was a straight resurgence move right there. That brought me back because I hadn't watched a good zombie movie since like the original black and white or the remake with Tony Todd of Night of the Living Dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
It'll take some type of cultural touchstone like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like and you see little pushes like that with things. We were just talking about Alien Covenant and how you felt like they were trying to like recapture the magic, but they didn't quite get it right.
Yeah.
But you see the marketing push too, and you see the toys come out and things like that, and they really are trying to like
It
get
wasn't.
ya.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
And that's exactly how I felt about Prometheus. Like, wasn't bad, but I enjoyed it. But I'm not going back to watch it every year like
Yeah.
some of my favorite movies.
They did have some nice little Easter eggs throughout the movie, though.
Yeah,
If you pay
I kind
attention.
of figured that was going to happen. So, I mean, I'll end up seeing it, but I'm just not. I'm still
No.
coming down from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 high, so that's really well done. Go
You
see
can
that.
see it.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's funny.
Well, that's enough of my rant.
All right, so I think that's gonna just about wrap up the show. We just had one last business matter to attend to. We, as a collective group here, we are new to PC gaming. We just got our first high-end gaming capable PC. We need some good gaming recommendations. We've seen what's out there on YouTube, but we want to skip all the surface stuff. So don't recommend the stuff like Undertale and the big games. Give us the gems out there, the games that we should be playing, so we can talk about them on the show. You can still send us emails at xstrikepodcast@gmail.com, and we're on most social media under that moniker, except for our YouTube channel. It has changed to XS Show, which is probably how you found us today. So, has anybody got any shout-outs they want to throw out before we call it a day?
Yeah.
Hit it.
Okay, do it.
Well, I had a couple, but maybe I'll just stick with one because I got my dude Nobushige Izai. That's I'm gonna spell it out for you. N-O-B. Fuck it. Nobushige. If you're used to Japanese spelling. Anyway, it's a Twitch streamer and Beam streamer. This dude has got a lot of insightful stuff to say. He's very intelligent. Plays some kind of obscure games. He was playing some Phantom Pain. I saw the very end of the game through him, and that was pretty cool. And he's playing this game on PC that re-released, and I can't remember the name. The Cult, I think. Anyway, dude's very entertaining. He's got several hundred followers, so he's definitely building up some momentum. And he's been cool enough to be playing some of my music during his streams.
Oh, nice.
He formulates playlists with a lot of different artists. Yeah, it's a cool dude to check out. It's all right. I'm gonna spell the name out.
Hold on, I can help you.
N-O-B-U.
Nobushige?
Yeah.
N-O-B-U-S-H-I-G-E.
U-S-H-I-G-E.
Nobushige.
_ AZAI.
Nobushige. Azia. Or Asia, perhaps.
So, and I got other shout outs too. I mean, Ashita, he's a dude that he's been playing music on his stream too, and I'm gonna
Like Ishida?
Ishida.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Ishida.
We've seen him.
From the I got his album review copy. I still have not reviewed it yet.
Tisk tisk.
Well, I know, and we got away from the podcast thing as soon as that started happening. So that's kind of my
Lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
That's okay.
but it's coming still.
All right. How about you, Brad? Got anybody you want to shout out? Keep it simple.
Like nah,
Hideo Kojima. I'm shouting you out. I'm calling you out.
calling him out.
He's watching this like,
Yeah. There's going to be an empty spot on the couch. Or when I come back, I'm going to have no peaky.
it'll be like the Laughing Man from Ghost in the Shell. We'll just have like a Kojima logo.
We should stop recording real quick, and then you should just get up and leave, and then just cut back. Like, oh shit! What happened to Brad?
I was
He got
disappointed.
Kojima.
Oh, no, like a dude on Predators or I talk too much.
How about you, Jeff? You got anybody?
Just Tokyo Grill. Man, that place is so good. We ate it lunch
delicious.
again. Never had a bad meal.
New sushi roll I had
Yeah.
never tried today, and it blew my mind.
Nice. What
It
roll?
was good. It's called the Rainbow Roll,
Okay.
and it was.
Oh, did it have the different
Ocean.
colored row on it?
Nope.
No, I'm sorry,
Ocean
not
roll.
the Rainbow Roll. The Ocean Roll. My
Okay.
bad. It was spicy crunch tuna on the inside and salmon on top with eel sauce,
Oh.
and it was a raw roll, and it was looking delicious. Jeff got some other type of roll, and his was spicy, and so we were like swapping off. So we do a spicy roll and then cool it off with the ocean roll.
Very
good.
It's a good combo.
It was good.
Combo. Yeah. So yes, I agree. Shout out to Tokyo Grill. I real quick want to shout out the Nika Toy Company and thank them for my lovely new Raphael Ninja Turtle. super sweet, and I've got
What?
Donatello.
You serious? I
coming on
thought that was like an actual Jim Henson prop. He was
Nope.
sitting way back in the
Nope,
corner
my
and the
friend
perspective was off.
just an action figure.
We should be out there looking for Splinter.
Instead of down here, playing Century 21. Yeah, I'm real stoked on those. I love turtles. I collect turtles, and this is my latest purchase.
turtles.
I like
I
turtles.
like turtles, and I've got one more coming Friday, so I really do like turtles. So, yeah. All right, I guess that about does it for the show this week. Thanks for checking it out, and stay tuned. We've got a lot of more good content coming. So, as always, thanks for joining us. My name is Jordan, joined by my best friends on the Red Couch.
Be rad.
Drip!
And Jeff.
See y'all next week.
Peace.